From a scientific standpoint, the universe's primary nature is rooted in matter and energy, which are fundamentally interconnected. This view aligns with the principle of conservation of energy, stating that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. In this context, spirit or consciousness can be considered a complex phenomenon that emerges when matter, organized in a highly structured way, such as in the human brain, reaches a certain level of complexity. This reasoning is supported by scientific evidence, particularly in neuroscience, where consciousness, spiritual energy, is viewed as a byproduct of complex neural activity. Suppose spiritual energy only manifests when matter and energy reach a specific threshold. In that case, it suggests that the mind or spirit is a higher order property of physical processes, not an independent entity. However, suppose we accept the premise that spirit arises when material conditions allow for it. In that case, it raises the question of whether spiritual energy could also be considered a fundamental aspect of matter itself. The emergence of consciousness could then be interpreted as a natural evolution of energy's transformation process. From this perspective, spiritual energy is not entirely separate from matter, but an intrinsic quality that develops under certain conditions. In this way, spiritual energy might be the original substance of material energy, coexisting in a dynamic cyclical relationship. Thus, while matter and energy are primary from a physical perspective, spirit, as consciousness or self-awareness, could be seen as a latent potential within matter, manifesting as the universe becomes more organized. This interpretation bridges the gap between scientific and philosophical perspectives on existence and consciousness. From the perspective of manifestation and existence, the concept of prenatal education supports the notion that spirit or consciousness arises concurrently with the development of the fetus, though it remains latent and undeveloped in its early stages. This perspective highlights the idea that while consciousness and potential awareness begin to exist when the fetus is formed, their full manifestation unfolds gradually over time as the body matures. In this view, the spirit is not an external addition to the body at a certain point in development. Rather, it exists as a potential, gradually becoming more expressed as the physical form develops. This aligns with philosophical discussions on the relationship between time and space, suggesting that material and spiritual existence are interwoven, evolving at different rates and possibly even in different dimensions. Applying this understanding to human development, it becomes clear that the expression of consciousness is dependent on the maturity of the physical body. However, this consciousness, while not yet fully realized, already exists in a nascent form. This concept provides a framework for considering that existence and manifestation are separate but connected processes. What we perceive as existence might be part of a larger time-bound process, and manifestation represents the gradual unfolding of potential that already exists in a different realm or dimension of time and space. This refined perspective bridges scientific, philosophical, and developmental views, emphasizing the dynamic relationship between matter and spirit as complementary aspects of existence rather than distinct or opposing forces.